Wrapping up this year's Group of 7 meeting, Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida underscored the importance of peace and assured that the G7 leaders are united in their commitment to denuclearizing North Korea. Our Yeon-seung has more.
Wrapping up the G7 summit, Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, host of the 3-day-long affair, held a press conference at a historically significant location, the Peace Memorial Park in Hiroshima. The site forever etched in global memory for the destructive consequences of nuclear warfare served as a striking backdrop for Kishida's speech. It's here that Kishida stressed the importance of peace.
Through the statement by the leaders of the G7, we believe that we were able to pave the way to advance efforts towards the ideal of a world without nuclear weapons, and confirmed the international momentum for the progress of nuclear disarmament.
He underscored that the mere threat of using nuclear weapons, let alone use, is entirely unacceptable. He vowed that the G7 leaders would cooperate in the nuclear disarmament of North Korea. Kishida also mentioned peace in Ukraine and that the G7 nations will work to restore lasting peace in the embattled region.
We have agreed that the participation of the private sector is essential for the recovery and reconstruction of Ukraine and to maintain and strengthen sanctions against Russia.
His remarks aligned with the G7 Hiroshima leaders' communique released on Saturday. The communique reads that the G7 leaders will, quote, support Ukraine for as long as it takes in the face of Russia's illegal war of aggression, and will strengthen disarmament and non-proliferation efforts. The communique also extensively draws on the bloc's relations with China, saying that the leaders are prepared to build constructive and stable relations with China and called on the country for its cooperation in a range of fields, including climate and economy. Echoing these sentiments at the press conference, Kishida reiterated the consensus among G7 leaders that China should be actively engaged in addressing global challenges.
I also shared my thoughts among G7 members that China should take its responsibility as part of the international community. And through conversations, we are ready to build a constructive and stable relationship with China.
Yeon-seung, Arirang News.